I get to the scene a little after 4 a.m., just as they're bringing out the first body. Vincent and Maroney both have nearly 20 years on the force, and they look like they just had their guts ripped out. A paramedic nearly drops the stretcher because he can't stop himself from throwing up. What the hell is happening to my city?
How many more are like that inside?
There's 8 or 9 at least. I couldn't say for sure, Captain.
3 hours ago, a homeless veteran stumbled into an abandoned factory looking for shelter from the storm. Poor soul. Beat Cop found him running down Broadway, screaming his lungs out 10 minutes later.
You have to help me!
I don't blame him. I've been in combat, seen plenty of dead bodies, but I've never seen anything like this. Still, I'm not all that surprised. All the changes Gotham's been through the last year. Like Batman trying to wage a one-man war on corruption. Helped me take down a lot of crooked cops and got the mob's hand from around the city's throat. For a while at least. But in the end, no matter how you look at it, the landscape of the city has changed. That Red Hood character a few months back was the first sign. Fool running around in a costume, taking down scores. Disappearing the first time he got a look at Batman, though. But since then, it's just been a waiting game. Waiting for more of these freaks to start crawling out of the woodwork. Read about some Superman in the Daily Planet a while back. And someone called the Flash in Keystone apparently runs faster than the speed of sound. I guess this is my world now. Cops and killers and gunmetal blue and people who do things like this.
Captain Gordon. I was hoping you'd be here. What do you think? I think it's bad. Some of these people have been dead for nearly a month. Whoever did this was practicing on them. Good God. And I think this is just the beginning.
Oh, great. What the hell is happening to my city?
Dinner with Henry Claridge at the Gotham Gentlemen's Club is boring. More so than most of the functions Bruce Wayne is invited to. Claridge wants Wayne Industries to finance a joint venture with his own corporation. Some kind of new chemical processing factory. I use the old, I'm just a figurehead line and tell him I'll speak to the board. But I know too much about securities and fraud trouble to ever really do that. He prattles on anyway. This man who had everything in his life handed to him, and who still manages to find ways to make poor people poorer. I pretend to listen, mulling over the details from last night's crime scene. What kind of mind would create such horror?
Just 2 weeks away from its scheduled reopening.
Like this, for example. Whose tax dollars do you think paid for all that renovation?
Just outside the city, Arkham Asylum has a long and brutal history. Beginning when its own architect went mad, hacking workmen to death with an axe. He was convicted and sentenced to spend the rest of his life in the same dark halls that had sent him over the brink. Hopes remain high, however, that his newly renovated structure will... well, excuse me.
Good evening, Gotham and Gothamites everywhere. I thought I'd take time out of my oh-so-busy schedule to say hi and make a few not-so-veiled threats. So, hello. Goodbye. You're all going to die. Sorry, sometimes I just kill me. Especially when I think about killing you. But hey, before we get to the wholesale destruction part of our little terror experience, let's pick out a few of our favorite sons for a special shout out. Henry Claridge, I'm looking at you, old boy, and your future looks dim indeed. In fact, if I were a psychic, I'd say that the bell would certainly be tolling for thee at midnight tonight. Oh, what the hell, I'll just say it anyway. You die at midnight, Henry, and then we can all have a good laugh at your expense. Bang. Now, what the heck is this? I guess you just can't trust old ammo. Luckily, I brought a backup.